Before anything else, Chirima Zimbabweans, when one of us is beaten, silenced, or intimidated, kuti ataura, it is not about that person, it is about all of us. Because the reason why no one stands up is simply because everyone is afraid. So whenever there's a hint of someone trying to stand up and that person is beaten, and instead of us then standing up against that issue, we start talking about the nitty gritties of what of against the victim. That obviously is an issue, because you can at no point should you be talking about the fault of the victim when clearly we are working against one issue. Yes, Maduku is popular, but Asriega Futaro, there are multiple people that were beaten in Papo. So simply talking about Maduku is now and void. I just somebody necessary. These are citizens, Zimbabweans, raw, and it simply because they were standing up. So making this conversation about Maduku is missing the point entirely. It's not about Maduku. It is simply about citizens, because before anything else, we are citizens. That is my first submission. And if you want change, and where people can actually speak freely, it's important for us to encourage kuti vanhu vataure, whether or not munhu kumashure uko akaita zvakadai nekudii, it does not matter. If we are currently agreeing kuti 2030 is not in the benefit of the average citizen, then all of us should stand up and say 2030 is not in the benefit of the average citizen. Kana mumba mune moto, handiti tese tiri muroom munomu, whether baba namai nezuro takanetsana, kana mumba mane moto, tikufanira kuita make sure tikudzimura moto uri panze, uri outside the room. Kwete totanga kuti todzimura moto kuita sei nezuro wakadai. You have completely missed the point. Because what is going to happen is both of you are going to burn in there, whether or not before you agreed or disagreed. Right? So right now, at this moment in time, everything that we are supposed to do is against this 2030 agenda. The reason why ED is not saying anything about this 2030 thing at this current moment is simply because, as the president, he does not want to be seen to be part of something that might fail, which means there's a probability that this thing can actually fail. And that is what should give us hope to fight against it. You will find, Kuti, the majority of the times, when he was asked about all of this, he was like, "I'm a constitutionalist." And but the reason why he was saying that is he already knew the strategy that they wanted to put in place, but they also knew the challenges that would come with that strategy. The only thing that can go against this strategy, guys, is an uprising of the people. There's no legal argument that you come up with that will be like, this is overwhelmingly evident kuti this is against the constitution, because legal minds have sat down and said, okay, there's this loophole, a gray area, yet not. Even if we go to court, if a judge writes his verdict, and it will sound proper. Whether or not you agree with it is outside of the question. If it sounds right, as far as ZANU-PF is concerned, it is right. Right? If it sounds intelligent enough to the average person, kuti there is this argument that we are saying, hatisku extend hatiskuti term limits are extended, kuti the election cycle should. Once they have done that, iwewe semuzimbabwean chako chinhu chega chaunacho iconstitution. Other than that, hauna kana rimwe simba raunaro. So if that constitution that you voted for is now being amended without anything that is coming from you, then that is a problem. You also find, Kuti, these playbooks that ZANU-PF employs, I've seen zvinhu zvinyowani, guys. All of these things are very common in African countries. And I've seen zvinhu zvitsva, and zvinhu zvinotozoitika simply because the people do not uprise. The few times that it did not happen is because people stood up and said no. And And at some point, if a political person sees Kuti, the majority of the people are actually uprising against us on this point, they will back off. So uprising is not us talking in spaces, it's not us zvotangira pachizevezere. Kungoti this person tells the next person tells the other person. Chizevezere kana internet iri kukunetsa unoita word of mouth to someone you trust. Guys, we need to stand up against this. But what is zvinofana kungotanga nekachant kari very simple, like hatina kupusa pangogara pongonzi hatina kupusa. If we're going to, the problem with us is too educated as Zimbabweans, too educated to the point kuti tinofunga kuti simply because we have a sensible argument kuti inogona iri lipstick, if we do this then zvisikuda pfungwa izvi zvikuda kungojamuka. Anyway, I'm done.
Welcome to Zim One, a platform where every voice matters and every idea counts. This is a space dedicated to nation building, shaped by the thoughts, hopes, and lived experiences of the people of Zimbabwe. From the streets to the classrooms, from farms to factories, from elders to the youth, we bring together brilliant points from different gatherings of citizens across our nation. These are conversations rooted in reality, driven by patriotism, and guided by the belief that Zimbabwe's future is built by its people. Here, we listen, we reflect, and we share ideas that inspire unity, progress, and sustainable development. This channel is not about politics alone. It is about solutions. Not about division, but about collective responsibility. Join us as Zimbabweans from all walks of life contribute insights that strengthen our communities, uplift our nation, and shape the Zimbabwe we all want to see. This is our voice. This is our vision. This is nation building together.